Have you ever felt bogged down by emotional baggage and had no idea where to start? Well, today I'm going to share with you my 5 habits that I came up with on my own journey to help me get to where I am today. So, I am Tammy Coin, your holistic alchemist, helping you change pain into possibilities and possibilities into purpose. And I would invite you to subscribe to the channel. I put out content about holistic healing and personal development. I just finished a 30-day challenge where I did 30 videos in 30 days. Now I'm going to be probably uploading about twice a week. So, who am I? Well, I have a master's in counseling. I'm a mind body wellness practitioner, a transformational coach, a yoga teacher, and so many other things. I have had a lifetime of trauma and abuse and have gotten to the other side of complex post traumatic stress. Now, I use the stories of my life to help empower, motivate, inspire, and transform the lives of others. So let's talk about my 5 habits today that I committed to as I knock everything off the desk that I committed to that really made such a difference in my life. And habit number 1 is I committed to self awareness. What I realized is that for so long I had been looking outside of myself to find my answers. And so I really, really needed to commit to not just thinking I was self aware, but actually becoming self aware, deep diving into things that would help me reveal things that I was doing that was continuing to create challenges in my own life. So that was habit number 1, commit to self awareness. Number 2 was commit to self love. That one was a tough one for me. First of all, I had no idea what that meant. Second of all, I didn't know how to go about doing it. And then I realized I wasn't sure I had much love for myself at all once I started. So I began to do little things for myself that felt like a loving thing. And if I didn't know how to do that, I would think about what I might do for someone else. And if I had love for someone else, what I might do for them. And that gave me some ideas of how to start taking care of myself. Another big self love one was giving myself grace. I used to have people constantly say, "Why do you beat yourself up?" And I didn't really understand what they were saying to me until I started becoming more self aware and realized how little grace I gave myself. So that was number 2. Number 3 is I committed to receiving. I committed to learning how to receive. Now, that might have been in the form of a compliment. It might have been in the form of someone doing something nice for me. I went through a period of time where I watched how often I said no, thank you when someone offered something to me or tried to help me. And funny story, this started, I went to 7-Eleven every day at that time, and they would say, "Would you like a receipt?" And I would say, "No, thank you." They would say, "Would you like a," sorry about that. They would say, "Would you like a cup holder?" And I would say, "No, thank you." And so for a solid week, every time they asked if I wanted a receipt, I said, "Yes, please." And they would give me a receipt. They would ask me if I wanted a cup holder, and I would say, "Yes, please." So by the end of the week, I had a ton of cup holders and a ton of receipts. But what that did for me is they were attempting to do something for me. And later that week, I was actually in a drive-through and I got to the window and they said, the person, turn that ringer off. They said, that person ahead of you bought your food. And I remember feeling frantic in that moment because I really didn't have much money. I was barely going to have enough to buy what I was going to have that day. And immediately, instead of feeling gratitude and thankful for what I was receiving from this other person, I started feeling guilt. feeling guilt that I did not have the money to do the same for the person behind me, did not feel worthy of receiving such a gift from a stranger. So in that moment, I became self-aware. I thought about what I was doing. I realized I wasn't being very loving and kind to myself. And I simply set my hands out like this and I said, "Thank you. I am open to receive." It was incredibly uncomfortable, but I learned to do it and I got better at it over time. So, number 4, commit to keep going no matter what. I realized that the journey that I was on was so incredibly hard. It was actually harder than even any of the trauma and abuse I had gone through in my life. This journey of healing myself, truly, truly, holistically healing myself. So, no matter how hard it got, no matter how many obstacles came my way, no matter how challenging things got, I committed to staying the course of being self-aware, self-love, receiving, and keep going no matter what. The 5th habit was to allow my intuitive guidance from spirit to come in, and not only allow it, but follow it. That was tough too, because sometimes that guidance would lead me to moving again 1,000 miles. Sometimes most of the time, there was no money to make these moves. It didn't make any sense. It sounded completely insane. And everything that I have done since 2016, so I guess it's been 8 years now, everything that I have done since that time has been based on following my intuitive guidance. So once again, let me run through those for you. My 5 habits that I committed to help me change my life was self-awareness, self-love, receiving, keep going no matter what, and following my intuitive guidance. So I would love to know, out of those 5 habits, well, are you using those 5 habits? And if so, which one have you found to be the most beneficial, or which one have you found to be the most difficult? I would love to hear. If you'd like to put a comment down, I'd love to hear it, love to answer it. So in conclusion, these 5 habits, when you incorporate these into your life, they have all of the makings of making a huge transformation in your life. So thank you so much for watching. I will put a link in the description below of a 5-part video series I have called Unboxing Your Authentic Self. It's completely free. I would invite you to download it. And I also do a free holistic consultation. The link will be in the description. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. This is Tammy Coin, your Holistic Alchemist, helping you change pain into possibilities and possibilities into purpose. See you next time. Bye-bye.